I
out. I'm trying.
I prompted him out. Okay, let me try again.
All right. All right, Mr. Lynch, giving you an opportunity to speak to counsel. It's I'm trying to understand. You want to contest these matters?
I had to go back. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I had to go back in because I didn't get no prompt. I had to go back in to join in through 36 District Court website.
No, well, listen. What we're saying is that we're trying to get you an offer, but it's my understanding after talking with your lawyer that that you don't want to accept anything. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
The thing is, I don't know what court cases is being brought up. The recent ones or the one that I already have a trial for.
I think all of the cases that are on the docket, everything that's on the docket, that you already had all this stuff set for trial. And what we did probably, okay, I see.
I sent some paperwork in, but some of those cases I got kicked out of Zoom. I send in the pictures through that document website, and I don't know, and I send paperwork to the law department for an FOIA for the court cases.
Okay, what documents did you send in to the court?
It was the case where I had got kicked out of Zoom, and I sent in the pictures where I got kicked out of Zoom. I think that was the January of this year case, and they was like, if I sent in the pictures showing that I was kicked out of the room because I thought the case was dismissed, and I got kicked out.
Okay, so what do you have any documents that relates to your driver's license, insurance, or registration?
Like told the lady, you're going to one. I mean, him, the judge. I mean, the person that I talked to on the last court case said we don't have no problems with you, and I said I'm going through the process of doing my documents to take care of Dearborn.
This is where everything explodes. A confused defendant convinced his uncovered secret Supreme Court magic papers that eliminate driver's licenses forever. A patient judge who's heard every variation of sovereign citizen karaoke and technology issues that could make an IT department cry. Today's case isn't just about tickets. It's about delusion colliding headfirst with reality. Watch closely as the judge tries to give chance after chance. Offers, explanations, adjournments, even guidance on how to use Zoom, while the defendant insists the law works differently for him because of documents he found online. Along the way, we'll see repeated claims of being kicked out of Zoom, paperwork nobody has seen, FOIA requests, missing bodycam videos, and a feigned belief that tow trucks are part of a grand conspiracy. Stay to the end, because the judge is going to ask for those so-called Supreme Court rulings directly. And that's when this entire house of cards starts shaking. Buckle up. This isn't legal advice school. This is a front row seat to watching confidence meet consequences in real time.
Let me ask my question. Do you have any documents that suggest that you have valid insurance, valid registration, and a valid I can run your driver's license?
I don't have anything. I don't have anything because Dearborn the one that got me hemmed up. I can't even get no insurance without no license.
Okay, so so what we're trying to do, every case that you have down here in Detroit, we call into the record. And we have two officers. The other cases are going to be dismissed, but we have two officers here that are here. And what we're trying to do is either make a resolution now, and we'll present you with an offer. And if you don't like the offer, you can just go to trial. Today is the date and time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Today is the date and time set for trial. So, are you willing to entertain an offer to resolve the cases, or do you want a trial on all the cases?
I mean, which did you just say? Some of them are gonna get dismissed. I only have two. I know the one that I recently got. Everything is for the same thing.
Yes. So here's the deal. Let me break it down to you. It's two officers that are here. Corporal Bennett wrote you 1, 2, 3 tickets that are up to date, and Officer Dunn wrote you 1, 2, 3 tickets that are up to date. The other officers that wrote you tickets are not showing up, have not showed up, and we're just going to automatically dismiss those cases. So
Okay,
we can get you an offer on the 6 tickets that those 2 officers wrote you. Are you willing to entertain the offer for those 6 tickets?
Benny and Dunn. Benny is the recent case, so that one I want to go to trial. I think the one I'm in trial for now is Dunn, correct?
You're on trial for both of them. Dunn and Bennett are set for trial right now.
So nobody received my paperwork, my traveling paperwork?
What is the paperwork gonna tell us?
Basically, I don't need no driver license, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, that's
no proof of insurance.
Here's where the confusion really starts stacking. Notice how every answer from the defendant circles back to technology problems, missing prompts, and getting kicked out of Zoom, instead of addressing the actual charges. This is common in sovereign citizen-style arguments. Drown the conversation in process complaints so you never actually discuss the underlying violations. The judge is trying to pin down something simple. Which cases are we even talking about? But the reply becomes a tour through screenshots, websites, FOIA requests, and vague paperwork nobody's actually seen. Chaos isn't accidental here. Confusion becomes the shield, and as you'll see throughout this hearing, he leans on it hard.
insurance or anything like that.
I send the paperwork into the law department, and I wanted the FOIA for the body cam and dash cams. And I haven't heard anything from them.
All right, we can get you that. We can get you that. If there's some of that exists. Corporal Bennett, can you put your appearance record, Corporal Bennett? Hold on, Mr. Lynch.
Yes, Your Honor. Corporal Daryl Bennett, badge 4320, Detroit Police Department.
All right. So we need to get if there's any body cam or dash cam, we need to get that to Mr. Lynch.
He has to go through the law department to get that, Your Honor. If he's requesting it, he has to go through the law department.
Well, that's what he said he tried to do. He said he tried to figure. Let's see if we can get that now.
We can't get, Your Honor, our person that would do that is on vacation at this point. There's nobody in the office that can get that for him today.
Okay, now can I say something for the traffic ticket that was done? The other officer didn't put his name on.
Your Honor, can we just get an adjourn date when the people think they can have their video available?
Yeah, but I wanna just, you know, what I'm trying to do is I don't want you to say anything as it relates to the traffic stops right now, because today is the date and time set for trial. But I'm gonna tell you this.
Watch how Judge Perkins does something very smart here. He starts simplifying the universe. Instead of chasing every side story about Dearborn FOIA requests, screenshots, and emails, he reduces it to one key issue. These cases, today, in this courtroom. He even takes it further by explaining which tickets will be dismissed automatically because officers didn't appear and which ones remain. That's incredibly favorable to the defendant. Yet instead of recognizing the break he's getting, the defendant clings to paperwork theories and past grievances. This is a classic courtroom moment. The judge is trying to steer toward resolution, but the defendant is emotionally invested in the narrative of being wronged rather than the practical path of resolving the problem in front of him.
Well, what's the email so I can send it to you?
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Okay, my phone not seeing none of that. Only thing I'm seeing on my cell phone now, if I was on my desktop, remember last time I had issues with my desktop, so I'm on the cell phone, and I don't see no chat or anything.
Well, you should be able to hit the button down there, and it should
Okay,
pop
let me
up.
see, can I see something? Cause all I see a whole bunch of squares with everybody's face. And
You gotta come out of that screen.
huh?
You gotta come out of that screen.
What screen I gotta come out of?
The one you have to come out of the screen where everybody's face is.
Okay, I don't know how to do that. I don't want to lose it. I don't want to get kicked out like I just did when I was in the breakout room.
You didn't get kicked out. We pulled you. All right.
I had to join back in through. I had to go back to 36th District Court website, get back in the Zoom room.
Okay. All right. Let's pass the matter, and we'll try to figure out how to help you with the technology. And in the meantime, we need to. Do you want an attorney appointed to you, sir?
I've been trying to get an attorney. Nobody will take my case. So how if the appointed attorney don't want to accept my paperwork, then I'm up the creek like in Dearborn. So that's why I'm trying to study how to write the court cases all the way to the Supreme Court. So I'm doing that right now.
All right. Well,
Dearborn is the reason why my license is suspended.
I really want to see what you're talking about, Supreme Court, because I've never seen a Supreme Court case. Wait a minute. Let me finish. I've never seen a Supreme Court case that says that you don't have to have a license or insurance or registration. Now I'll tell you this. I'll admit, I haven't seen all the Supreme Court cases, but I have never seen that. And I've seen a thousand people come in here saying that. Well, not 1,000, but a whole lot. And I've never seen it work.
So when Mr. Bennett Officer Bennett pulled me over, he was like, no, I ain't. He said,
We see the turning point. The defendant shifts from confusion about dates in Zoom rooms to a firm claim. He doesn't believe he needs a license, registration, or insurance because of Supreme Court rulings. This is textbook sovereign citizen rhetoric, mixing real legal phrases with imagined conclusions. There is a constitutional right to travel, but that has nothing to do with operating a motor vehicle on public roads without regulation. Driving isn't just travel. It's a licensed, regulated activity because vehicles are dangerous. The judge responds exactly how experienced judges do: calm, professional, and focused on evidence. If those rulings exist, bring them. Don't argue philosophy. Produce documents. That's where sovereign theories always collapse. Not in passion, but in proof.
.org.
okay, I'm gonna send it, I'm gonna get it online and send it on my laptop.
I'm gonna be anxiously awaiting that. All right.
All right. I'm gonna
pass
send the
the
law department thing too.
I'll be anxiously waiting all of that, and I'll pass the matter. It looks like Corporal Bennett is gonna be anxiously awaiting. It's gonna look like Officer Dunn is gonna be anxiously awaiting it. Prosecutor Mason is gonna be anxiously awaiting it, and I'm sure Ms. Soroki is gonna be, and everybody else in the room. This could be some groundbreaking.
I'm gonna put the attachment in. Here it comes.
Now, have you read everything that you're about to send me?
Yes.
No, I bet you haven't.
No, the affidavit, yeah.
No, this case stuff you're about to send me.
Yes, it's only 2 attachments. I got to get the right one because the first email was the wrong stuff.
Are we on the record? Let's go back on the record with Lynch while he's sending that. Let's go back on the record with Lynch. While he's sending that, I'm going to say this. I hope you've read everything that you sent me, and because you're filing these documentations with the court, and you're suggesting that these documentations with the court are saying are in support of you not having to have a license and insurance and registration, I believe, or all 3 of the above, or at least one of them. Wait a minute. Let me finish making my record.
Okay.
You're suggesting that the Supreme Court says you need to have either none of those documents or at least you don't have to have one of those documents. So all I'm saying is I hope that you are actually have read and gone over what you're sending the court, because as I said earlier, I've never seen anything that that supports what you're saying. I get people in here that submit. I can type in, don't need a driver's license in the search box, and they'll give me a list of cases.
Here comes another familiar sovereign tactic, requesting bodycam and dashcam footage right before trial. Now, there's nothing wrong with asking for evidence. That's a normal right. But timing matters. Doing it at the last moment can function as a stalling maneuver. The officer calmly explains that the person who processes video is literally on vacation. That's real-life logistics colliding with legal theatrics. Notice the judge's balance here. He wants the defendant to have access to evidence, but also recognizes that today is still the scheduled trial date. The court is trying to give fairness without letting the case spiral into endless postponements driven by someone who already rejects the core laws involved.
This is the U.S. Supreme Court travel rulings. Motion to set aside default. The case number is SP 15379-421 and SP 15547-541. To whom the dear Judge Sean B. Perkins, and to whom it may concern, the burden of truth is on me, or then it will just be my word against others' words. I, Clyde Darrell Lynch, always traveling, Supreme Court rulings on travel, along with being put in ransom for illegal profit gains against my federal freedoms / liberties and / or etc., as it is proven below, and an unnecessary burden of cash out of my pocket, etc. For what? Question mark. I do not have gold or silver to pay this debt and / or a promissory note. Driver, one employee in conducting a coach, carriage, wagon, or other vehicle with horses, mules, or other animals. Driving, I know everybody's looking at me like, what are you saying? Driving, operating in commerce, for hire / profit. Mulberry versus Madison, 1803 case. They weren't even cars on the road. All laws which are repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. Now here's what I'm talking about. Here's what the court is talking about right here. I figured he was gonna bring this up, because all Mr. Lynch did was he went on the Google search and searched, basically, I don't know exactly the terminology, but he put driving, don't need to drive without a license. And all of these same cases come up. And this one case really bothers me, because that's why I asked Mr. Lynch, did he read the cases? Are you familiar with your Black history, Mr. Lynch?
Okay, is the paper that you're reading is the one that's saying titled Supreme Court ruling and U.S. Constitution?
Yes.
Okay, that's not updated, but the other ones I sent, those are the ones that's relevant. The one that say Law Depot, it's like 6 pages, but the last 3 is the affidavit and the FOIA paper. You already seen that for the dash cam, etc. But the Law Depot, the first 3 pages is just the website information telling you how to do it. I actually went to school for criminal justice and private investigator, but I didn't finish because I got kicked out for no necessary reason. I've been fighting that ever since. But I actually went to school for business management and law, but I didn't finish. So
I see.
So technically, but I went to a Morris facility and learned the Constitution and everything. So
This section is pure procedural comedy, if it weren't also tragic. The defendant cannot exit grid view, can't find chat, worries about being kicked from Zoom, and bounces between phone and laptop. Meanwhile, a judge, officers, prosecutor, clerk, and multiple observers are all waiting while he fights the user interface. What stands out is the patience. The court isn't mocking him or shutting him down. They're repeatedly trying to help. It underscores something important. Courtroom remote technology requires basic competence. If you can't navigate Zoom, representing yourself while advancing complex constitutional arguments might not be the best game plan. Yet, the defendant's confidence only grows as his control over the situation shrinks.
Court paper, you can forget about that. That Law Depot paper is what I've been working on, and I'm still trying to figure out how to go through the court cases all the way to the Supreme Court. So I'm studying and learning how to do that, to do this, to take care of Dearborn, because Dearborn is the one that got me in limbo right now.
But what I'm saying is, I don't need to see any Law Depot. I don't see any Law Depot. I asked you a question earlier. I said, I hope that you're bringing these, the stuff that you're, wait a minute. I asked you a question, and I said, I hope that you're sending me these papers and these cases and in support of you not having to drive with a license. And I hope that you've read the cases that you're using in support of what your belief of the law is and the Constitution and stuff. And I get this, and I've done it. You're not the first person that's done it. And the reason why I ask you, are you familiar with your African American history, particularly the civil rights movement, is because you have submitted a case, Shuttlesworth versus the city of Birmingham. And you submitted this case in support of you not having to drive with a license. And it's kind of like throwing mud in Reverend Shuttlesworth's case, because Mr. Shuttlesworth, I'm sure he was a reverend. I'm sure that Mr. Shuttlesworth had a valid license and doesn't believe what you're trying to use this case law for. I wish you would have taken time to read what Reverend Shuttlesworth had to go through on this day, on April 12th, 1963, when he's trying to fight for our civil rights.
The much better, like single.
Because I think if you would have read it, you would have seen that most of what you have